Hello, it's Monday night, Monday the 8th of March, 2021. A very good evening to you and welcome to our little chat show. Coming to you from Bracknell in Berkshire. I had a minor heart attack for a moment, boys and girls. I had a minor heart attack a moment ago. I was just in there completing my image looking for you. And I looked at the clock. I was just having a shave. Am I a little bit pink tonight? Ooh. I thought I'd already adjusted. I look more tanned than I actually am. Hang on a minute, I can do something about that. 1 minute. I think I'm looking a little bit too tanned, actually. There's too much. There you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Sorry. I thought I'd done that earlier. I'm sure I did. Perhaps the light. Oh, the light would have changed when I put this on. That's a bit better. Yes, I was in the bathroom there, having a shave, and I looked at the clock. This is like 15 minutes ago, and it said 3 minutes to 8. I thought, hang on a minute. And I ran back in here, and this clock said 7:45. So something's gone wrong with the clock in there. It's gone sort of ski with us 10 minutes faster than one. Because I can't be late, dear. I'm never late. I'm never late. Some of the saddos on this chat box would he's 10 seconds late. Someone like George. George would do that. Is he allowed to watch us tonight, or has your nan tied you down again, my darling? What's going on there? Anyway, I had intended actually to do a short show tonight and finish just before 9 o'clock, because I know there's a lot of you want to watch the Harry, what was it Daniel Woodhouse called it earlier, the Harry Grayson Generation Game with special guest Meghan Markle, which is on tonight on ITV. Okay, now they've paid £1 million for it, so you need to watch it, otherwise it's money down the drain. I can't think of anything else I'd rather spend £1 million on. I would have shown it here if I could afford it, dear. I would have replaced my show with Harry. I keep thinking it's Harry Ramsden's Harry Grayson's Generation Game. Thank you, Daniel, for that one. Very good indeed. All right. Someone said this morning, while I was doing the radio show this morning, someone said it was already on the ITV hub. I don't know if it was one of you lot. Someone said, it's already on the ITV hub. Well, I went there. I typed in Oprah. How'd you say her name? Oprah. I like her. I think she's fantastic. What she's achieved, that woman. It's fantastic. I like Oprah. I typed in Oprah. Nope. Then I typed in Harry and Meghan. Nope. Couldn't find it on the iPlayer anywhere. Not iPlayer, the ITV. What is that called? The ITV hub. Typed it in there. Couldn't find it. And that's always the case, isn't it? No, just type this in, and you can't find. How many times has that happened to you, eh? Just type this in. Nope, nowhere to be found. So there we are. Anyway, there's a text number if you want to join in this evening. If you're in the chat box and you're new to the show, welcome along. I don't go into the chat box. That's for you to talk amongst yourselves, my darlings, all right? I can't see it here in front of me anywhere. So if you're trying to send me a message like that, I won't see it. You need to text me, please. 07451 287 337 is my text number. Normal number, okay? It's not a premium rate or anything like that. Or if you want to, you can email me, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. There's also a phone line, which I'll open in a moment or two. Let's just read some of your texts already this evening. Hello to Gary Ross. Evening, Gary. Hope you're well there, Gary. He said, I'd like to wish Michael Lawrence a happy birthday from me and Leslie. Is he with us, Michael? Are you with us, Michael? I'll assume you are. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michael. Happy birthday to you. All right, Michael. I've got to tell you, boys and girls, I know Michael from coming in the pub. He's a really nice bloke. He's really nice person. There's no blooming airs and graces with him. He is as he is, and he's I wouldn't say that about a lot of people. Seriously, a lot of people I know, I also know, I know their face to people, and then I know behind the face, and you wouldn't want to know him. You'd want to know. He's a really nice person. So wish happy birthday to Michael there. All right, thank you, Gary. Hello to Mike in Brighton. We're here for tonight's show. Now, he says, I want to get away from Ginge and Whinge interview. That's so annoying. Well, as I say, I had intended to try and finish just before 9 tonight so that we could all go and watch it and maybe talk about it another time. But I don't want to go down any sort of serious stuff, really. You know, that's for Good Morning Britain. Did anyone see that this morning? Oh, Piers was having some sort of row with some old bag from the USA. I can't remember who it was now. I think she might have been a doctor. I'm not quite sure. Woman, did she have glasses on? Just trying to describe her, actually. Did she have glasses on or not? Can't remember. She's having a big race row. Yeah. And I don't... There's no way I want to get into all this on this programme, dear. This is trying to be light-hearted on here. Hello to the delightful Mark Bowles, who says, hi, Sugar Plum. Hello, Mark. You're right, darling. I haven't had a photograph of you in your grey tracksuit bottoms recently. Can we have an updated one, darling? I want to see those muscles that have been building since you started lifting all those weights and things like that. I mean, if you ever want to come around here and pick me up and throw me around, that's okay. Sorry, I'm getting carried away there. Good evening to Diane Jebb. Hello, Diane. All right, Diane. Hello to Rachel Wheatland. Good evening, Rachel. Good evening to Maureen. Hello, Maureen. I'm glad you enjoyed the bingo last night. No win for you this week, was there? Hey, Maureen. Maybe next week, darling. Maybe next week. Thank you, Maureen. Good evening to Fran Green. And hello to George Bond, who's not tied down. Oh, well, thank God for that. Are you allowed to watch tonight? I really should ask, actually. Could you not send me, Can you not, if I send you a form, you know, giving you permission to watch, or could I have a letter from your nan telling me that you're allowed to watch the show? Otherwise, I might have to block you. You've got to ask permission from your nan, darling. Okay? Because if you don't, and she gets upset, you won't get any more mints out of her handbag. No more mints out of your nan's handbag. Isn't it funny? Why do nans... You know, when you was a child, did anyone's nan do this, right? Okay? Anyone's nan do this. When they gave you money, it's almost like, or a sweet, it's almost like they were drug dealers. You know, they wait for your parents to go out the room. Christopher, quickly. Yeah, just put that in your pocket. Don't tell your mother. Don't put your mother. She was like a drug dealer, giving me like Fox's Glacier Mints or a square of fries. Fries. Oh, what's that? Fries chocolate cream. Yes, please. Oh, fries chocolate cream or money. You know, it would always be, she'd have her handbag there, and the moment mum or dad went out the room, the bag was open. Christopher, quickly. She'd take something out of her bag, quickly put that in your pocket. Don't tell your mother. Why? Why not? Did your nan do that at all? Or anything like that? 07451287337 is my phone number. Mark says it would be a pleasure throwing you around about. Thank you very much. Give me a good thrashing. Now you're talking my language, to be honest, Mark. You really are. All right, I've got doctor tomorrow. Not a visit, a phone call about this business going on here. It's so annoying. So I'm talking to you now. There is a constant flow of stuff going down my back throat. It's really awful, and I'm fed up with it. There he is, Michael Lawrence on his birthday day. Hello, Michael. Thank you for the birthday message. Much appreciated. Well, don't thank me. It was from Gary Ross, remembered. Is that nice when someone else wishes you happy birthday like that? Anyway, let's move on then. First of all, gang, talking of grandmas... Now, this is something I don't believe my grandma would have ever stolen from anyone. But you don't know. Maybe she did. My nan used to do cleaning. Yeah, she used to be down on her hands and knees cleaning people's steps and things like that. She lived in Peckham, which is in southeast London. I lived in Peckham as well till we was about 8 years old. So 1969, we moved out of Peckham. And it was all right there. We used to go to Peckham. What's the name of the park? Down the Rye Lane where all the shops were. There was a department store there called Jones and Higgins, no longer there, of course. And, of course, it changed over the years. The people changed, everything. Bit rough round there now, you know. Would I want to live there now? Absolutely not. No way. I did do, for a short period of time, a karaoke very near Peckham at a place called Nunhead. I think it was Nunhead. Was it Nunhead? Oh, it was just like kind of on the outskirts of Peckham. And if I told you, you know, I was parking my car there and bringing my equipment up, while I was doing that, there were young lads going up and down on their bikes along this little road, looking in people's car windows. It was so obvious. And then one night we were doing the karaoke and someone's come running in. There's all police outside. Oh, why are they out there? Someone's just been knifed. And it was at that point I thought, I don't really want to be here, you know. It's a bit like that there now, unfortunately. But that's where we used to live. That's where we used to live, my nan. Well, what about this one then? Grandma, this is in the Metro. A devious grandma stole more than £20,000 from her vulnerable friend to fund her shopping addiction. Anyone addicted to shopping? It's easy to do. With the Amazon. Oh, I'm a little bit bored today. I think I'd just buy something. Do you ever do that? I don't do that. I'm pretty good at reining back spending if I think it needs to be reined back. And at the moment, for a year now, I've been losing an awful lot of money through not working. Doesn't mean I'm destitute or anything. Don't get me wrong, you know, don't need red parcels. I'm able to carry on, basically normal. But if I would want to buy a television, now I've got to think about it rather than just go and buy it. You know what I mean? But that's okay, you know. There's people out there who can't eat. There's people out there who can't eat. Lucky to get a meal or to be somewhere warm. Unfair, isn't it, really? So I'm not destitute. But this lady was addicted to shopping. £20,000 she stole from her vulnerable friend. The lady, who's 64, had been friends with her 73-year-old victim for 13 years. I mean, that really is a stab in the heart, isn't it? When one of your mates stabs you in the back. Isn't it? Has that happened to you? It's happened to me. It's happened to me. Oh, yes. Once really badly stabbed in the back. Someone I thought was a friend for many years, actually. And I was going out with someone and then I find out that he's with this other bloke behind my back. What about you? Has the best mate ever stabbed you in the back like that? Anyway, this lady had been friends with the other lady for 13 years. They volunteered at the Salvation Army, of all places, together. Now, you think of people in the Salvation Army, don't you? Oh, do-gooders, you know, playing those cymbals and doing the whole Jesus thing and all that. Well, they volunteered at the Sally Army together, and when the friend's mental health started to deteriorate, the pair decided that Bean, who's the lady who did the fraud, would handle her finances. You've got to really trust someone, haven't you, for them to handle your finances. Isn't there a form to sign or something? If you're really ill, you can sign some form. I can't remember what it's called. One of you will know what it's called. You sign some form to hand over all the control of your money and finances to someone else while you're incapacitated. I can't remember what that's called now. And how do you know that person is going to carry out your exact wishes? Say you've got £100. Okay, well that's got to go to that. I'll just have a couple of quid of that. You don't know, do you? Or you might decide, right, well I want that £5 to go there, and they might see that. I don't think you should be giving that to them, and then not do it. You've got to really trust someone to hand over your money to them, haven't you? The unnamed victim was betrayed by her longtime friend as Bean, which is the lady who done the fraud. Bean used her trusted position to steal thousands of pounds over 4 years. She bought new furniture for her house, gave her husband premium fishing gear, and even went on holiday. She gave a friend a cash allowance of between £40 and £100 a week, while she continued to steal more. Power of attorney. Thank you, Fran. Fran tells me it's the power of attorney. That's that form that you fill out, right? You fill out this form. You say, okay, that person now has control of everything you've got. Everything. Your pension, your savings, the lot. You've given control to someone else. The thief was exposed when the victim's housing manager noticed that her bank statements showed money spent in shops the woman had not gone to. Now, have you experienced anything like this? someone turning you over that. If you'd like to tell me about it, why don't you give me a call tonight? I'd love to know. 020 The line is open now. There's only one line, okay? 020 It only began, it was only when the police began investigating that Bean stopped handling her victim's money. She said that the theft started small by Bean pocketing £10 for herself every time she did a shop for a friend. But this number gradually increased. I suppose they get greedy, really. But maybe had you just stuck to £10, which don't get me wrong, I'm not verifying that. You shouldn't steal anything from a friend like that. How can you even do that? If she'd have just stuck to the £10, maybe it would have gone on unnoticed, but she got greedy. Started taking. This is how burglars get nicked. They start small. Just nick 20 quid from that. Oh, let's make it 50 quid this time. But then they get greedy. You've seen it on some of those films. Ever watched one of those like films like robbers and things like that? When you see them at a safe, right? And they got these big bags on, and they're emptying this money in. And they get to, like, say, I don't know, £10,000, right? There's some money in there. And you'd think at that point, well, they got 10 grand. Why don't they just run for it now? No. They've got to have the whole lot. 20 grand. And they keep going, even when the alarms are going off, because they want everything in that safe. They're not happy with the 10 grand that they just nicked. Not that you can buy it. 10 grand, to me, is a lot of money. But actually, what can you buy with that? Not a new caravan. Wouldn't get a new caravan for that. Authorities were able to work out that the victim had received £111,000 in benefits and pensions, was only given £24,000 of this. So she got £111,000, £803 in benefits and pension, but she was only given £24,000, £760 of this money to spend. By this old bag. Shocking, isn't it? What an awful thing to do. And the story goes on a bit, but that's basically it. One old dear nicked another one's money. What a terrible state of affairs that is. I haven't been turned over like that, really. Only once, by someone I was going out with about 30 odd years ago. Long time ago. I went to work, I came back, and the house was locked. Strange. I didn't have my keys. I then had to go to my mum's house, come back, and the odd thing is my flat in Wandsworth, all the lights were on, and the oven, the iron was on, just left plugged in and on. I thought, that's strange. Where is he then? And then for some reason I went straight to where I kept my checkbook and card, where we had checkbooks then, didn't we? Gone. I thought, oh no, you must be joking. Anyway, straight on to the bank, and that was it. I didn't lose any money. Further down the line, he tried to write out cheques for various different things. He had managed, for example, to buy a train ticket, I don't know, to Manchester or somewhere like that. But when, as I say, this was in the days of cheques and cards and things like that. When the bank received the cheque, they looked at it and the signature was nothing like the signature on my card. So they refused to pay the train company and various other things. I think he ended up spending about 500 quid, but I was reimbursed by the whole lot, and I never heard from the bank again about the incident. Years further down the line, he turns up at one of the pubs. Years later, came straight over to me and apologised for what he's done. And he said, you know what happened to me, don't you? I said, no. He said, I got put in prison for that. I said, did you? I just wanted to hit him, you know. Did you? But I was working. Got to be very careful when you're working. You have to stand there and take BS from people, right? When you're working like that. It's the only way to do it. You can't lose it. You know, got people to entertain. They come first. Not him. They come first. And he said, yeah, I got nicked. Didn't you know about it? I said, no, I didn't know about it. Oh, well, I just wanted to say, I don't really want to talk to you. Go away. That's what I said to him. Anyway, off he went. He looked really ill, actually. So he'd been in prison. And I made some inquiries, not to my bank or anyone, a little bit later. What did I ring the bank? I can't remember. I think I spoke to someone I knew who worked in a bank. And I said, they never told me about that. They said, no, they won't. Once you've given the bank the fraud, when they've paid you back the money that you could have lost, that's it. That's the end of your involvement in it. You've reported the fraud. The bank then take it on and prosecute them, and in prison he went. Good. 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 I wasn't interested whether he had a good time in prison or anything like that. Fancy even coming up to someone who you've done it to. So that was my only experience of something like that, fortunately, you know. Evening to Jason Hughes texting in. Good evening, Jason. Hello to Tony King. Good evening, Tony. I would sooner gouge my eyes out than watch the Harry and Meghan garbage. Please don't do that, Tony. I can't afford to lose a viewer, dear. Please don't guard you. I'm desperate for viewers here. Desperate. Thank you, Tony. Mark says, Tina sent you a picture of me via Messenger. Told you you'll love it. Oh, I'll have to have a look at that. Just a minute. I'll have to take a break in the show now while I look at this picture. Thank you, Tina. There we go. Where is he? Oh, look at him. Wait. Oh, look at him laying on that settee. Look, there's a little gap there for me to lay in front of you and push my... and just lay in front of you there. Spooning. He's left a gap on the settee. Oh, wow. Thank you. I don't mind you there, Tina, as well. Tina's his girlfriend, incidentally, at the moment. At the moment, till he gets up off his lazy arse and gets round here, dear. I mean, I don't mind you hanging around, Tina. That's all right, my love. No problem with that at all. You could make the tea and the cakes and stuff like that, couldn't you, my love? We got a super chat today. Good God. 2 super chats. What's wrong with you all tonight? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. A £5 super chat from Leslie Ross. And don't stop there. Look at this. And a £5 super chat from Weird City Season tonight. £10. No tickets, Chris. Just buying you a veggie Greggs. Thank you, Weird City. We're not doing the super chat raffle anymore. At least not at the moment. I don't really have anything to give away at the moment anyway. But nevertheless, thank you very much for your tips. Really appreciate it. It's very, very nice whenever someone sends that because it means you appreciate it and it's nice. Don't ever send me anything. If you're short of money, do not send me anything. I don't want you to send me money and then 2 weeks later say, I know I sent you that £5, but could you possibly send me a food parcel in the post because I've spent all my money on you? Which would be worth it, to be honest. It would be worth it. Thank you ever so much, Leslie and Weird City. That's really, really kind of you on the show tonight. All right. I think, Mark, I'll be honest with you, that's the best picture I've seen of you, Mark, because it's natural. Do you know what I mean? You're just laying there, waiting for me to park myself in front of you. I like that very much, Tina. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Tina. Can we go as far as videos as well? Perhaps you've made a little video with Mark, you know. I don't mind watching that sort of thing. It's okay with me, darling. You know. Perhaps I think you two would make a fortune with an OnlyFans account. I'm thinking of setting one up myself, except I'm still a little bit fat at the moment. I've managed to lose £10 since November, believe it or not, because I got to 13 stone 10, and last Wednesday I think I was 13 stone 1.4, was it? 13 stone 1.2. So I'm hoping on Wednesday this week I might have dropped below the 13 stone. But my mate, you know, who's always so happy to be able to point out faults, I was having a shave in front of the mirror and I had him on the FaceTime in front of me like that. And while I was talking to you, oh yeah, there's no problem with having a FaceTime with my mate. Sometimes he's sitting on the toilet having a FaceTime with me. That's the sort of level me and my mate are on. Yeah. I remember he was in hospital a couple of years ago. He has been in hospital quite a lot. He's got lots of things wrong with him. And he had to have a shower, but he couldn't move very well. So I managed to get him into the shower and he's stripped naked. I had to shower him down. It's not a nice thing to do with your best mate, is it really? If you ever want me to shower you down, you just ask. I'll buy I've got high quality... what's it called? Shower gel. L'Occitane. Smells nice and lemony. You ain't got to do a thing. I'll just do it all for you, my love. Just turn round there and just go up there a little bit. Can just pull that open a little bit and I'll just clean there for you. Very happy to do that for you, Mark. No need to lift a finger, my love. Thank you. Hello to Jeff Burley. Hello, Jeff. Hello, Chris. Hope you're okay. Linda still does that with our grandson, and he's 23. What, giving him the sweets? Oh, it carries on. My Auntie Brenda still sends me money for my birthday. I kid you not. Auntie Brenda still sends me money for my birthday. Be with you in a moment, Daniel. Okay, so I know that. By the way, I've just discussed. You're not on Facebook, are you, Jeff? There's a Chapel Hill Marina group now on Facebook, which I've joined. Quite good on there. All people just chatting about different things. Apparently, there's a litter picking group on the caravan site now, which is great. Hello to George Bond. Evening to George. Did you see the trotters from Only Fallen Horses in Peckham? No, they weren't there then. That would have been too early. That was 1969, you see. Thank you to Fran there. Hello to Pete Remington. Good evening, Pete. Welcome along, Pete. I wish you was on every night. If I had nothing else to do, I'd do this every night. I think it's worked better at night than it used to do in the mornings. I do feel that. I think it works better at night than it did in the morning. It's quite nice to have the radio in the morning and this at night. But I do other things, you know, now and again. By the way, did anyone get there? You've still got time to do this. McDonald's, 30% off everything today. Did you know that? I mentioned that this morning. There's 30% off everything in McDonald's until closing tonight. If you want to do a Uber Eats order or something like that. Evening to Sherry. Hello to Sherry. Sherry's got a new video out. She's talking about the things to look out for when you find a caravan. Was watching that. Thank you, Sherry. Evening to Mike Harneman, who says, I've got a couple of experience when £300 was taken out of my bank account, and also with an ex of mine who ended up taking almost £2,000 in total over the period of a couple of months. Shocking, isn't it, really? Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Oh, Jeff says no cash. Well, just the sweets, was it? Was it just the sweets? Daniel Woodhouse is on the phone. Good evening, Daniel.
Good evening, Chris.
You all right?
I'm very well.
Try and sound a little bit more up, darling. You sound very down, darling. Very down. Pull it up. Come on, pull it up. Sound happy, for Christ's sake. No one wants to sit here and listen to some miserable git, dear.
All right, hold on. Let me get you up. Ah!
Oh, is it too much effort? I mean, you've made the call. You must have wanted to call in, because at the moment you just sound like you don't want to talk.
Oh, I really do. It's you're joining me at my bedside tonight.
Oh,
here at the
that's
great
not the
House
same
of
as
Wood.
laying in front of Mark Bowles on That's a Tea, mate. In his tracksuits. Thing is, with a tracksuit, if there's any movement going on, you can feel all of it going on. You know, anything that sort of moves a little bit. It's lovely. Carry on, dear.
More than in jeans, really, is it? Really?
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. Well, you've only got that little thin piece of material in between you both, hasn't it? It's practically naked sitting there. Get on with it, dear. We're waiting to hear what you've got to say. Do you know, I've just looked at my clock, Daniel. 28 minutes I've been talking. How the hell did that happen?
You just didn't realise the time?
You seriously don't? I thought I'd just talk for 10 minutes and then I'll take a call. 28 minutes has passed. I've got a feeling this is something to do with my throat, you know. I think the doctor might actually say, shut up for a week and see what happens.
That could ruin us all.
Look, Jason, eh?
Now, I've done you very good tonight, Chris. I've already promoted your show on Facebook tonight.
Oh, well, that's got me at least one more viewer, I hope.
Come on, everybody. I said it's time to man the lifeboat, splice the main brace and put the cat out because the Chris Reardon show's on.
Everyone will be off at night. I just intended to do an hour tonight before 9 o'clock, you see.
Oh, come on. When I got a choice, Chris, I know where my bread's buttered and it's right here.
That's very kind of you. Very kind of you, Daniel. Did you do I know you do little after shows, don't you? I do.
I do. I like to get a few friends together after this.
What do you do then? And what would you do? Do you just talk about the stuff we've been talking about, or what? How does that work?
Yeah, I normally, if I end up going low, you know, I mean, after 10 o'clock, you know, very tired from all through the day, and I give them a bit of just random stuff that I've found on the internet that they've probably not even thought about.
All right, yeah.
Says, you know, we're still waiting on a new episode of Chain Letters with Andrew O'Connor or Alan Stewart, but
okay, I don't
And
really
even
watch
Trivial
that.
Pursuits with Rory McGrath. Ah, you don't remember that one, do you?
Trivial Pursuits.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, the BBC
No,
actually
don't remember that
televised it.
one. Don't remember
Yeah,
that.
it was back. It was 31 years this year, back in
Was it
1990.
really?
Yeah, and what they've done is what they did rather was play the game just that little bit different to where you've probably played it at posh middle class people's dinner parties and all that.
Posh middle class? What,
Well,
me?
that's what Trivial
Are you for
Pursuits was always
real?
associated with.
I
But
think you'll find I'm not really posh or middle class. I give you the image of it perhaps on here, but I know sometimes I slip back into complete chaviness.
Well, I'll tell you what they did on
I
the
mean, I'm
BBC's Trivial Pursuits.
yes.
In normal way you play it, everybody gets their own question asked, don't they? The
What are we talking
question's
about
always asked
here?
by someone else. No, what they and everyone's got their own counters on the board, don't they?
I don't know what are you talking about?
Trivial Pursuits.
Oh yes, yeah. I'm not
The
very good
normal
at
way
that.
you
It's a
play
bit.
is everyone's got their own counter on the board.
Yeah, it's a bit
Well,
too
on
intelligent
the
for me,
show,
that game. There's too many questions that I don't know the answers to.
well,
I do know the
no,
answer to one question.
oh, you do?
Yeah. If Mark Bowles said, "Would you go out with me?" the answer would be yes. So I
Ah.
know that question, but that's really the only one I know the answer to.
Yeah, but I think what the problem there is, Chris, it's not that you don't know the answer. It's just that what I found over the years is the people who write these Trivial Pursuit questions, they're not very good at actually writing them. They're not worded very well.
Okay.
I actually prefer the questions that are in my 15 to 1 quiz book that I found this morning.
Oh.
Yes, perhaps I'm sorry I forgot to bring it out with me tonight, but perhaps
Oh, are we not
maybe
having
next time.
a Daniel Woodhouse quiz tonight then?
Well, you still
Oh
could. Or
well,
would you
never
rather wait
mind.
till
Maybe next
Wednesday
time. Carry on.
But no, what I was saying, getting back to what I was saying,
Is
that
your
how
mum
they
watching?
played it on the show, instead of everyone's own counters put on the board, there was only one counter on the board. Think of it as a more of a control game where they ask one question, whoever buzzes in then gets control of the board. They have to throw the dice, and then they move the single counter on the board wherever they want it to go.
Right.
And then the question's asked. Whoever buzzes in gets that question right. They then get control of the board and decide where the counter's going to go.
I get
and
it,
all that.
but you can
So
only
it's more.
presumably you can only move the counter in the spaces. You can't just move it to anywhere. Am I right?
Oh no, it's got to be moved like if you throw a 4, it's got to go 1, 2,
1, 2, 3,
4
4.
to the
Yeah.
left,
Oh, I get
4
you.
to the right.
I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was better that way because it's more tactical. Then whoever's getting more control of the board can move the counter more round to where they want it to go and keep it away from where they think their opponents want it to go.
Presumably
So
that
that's how
would
you
make
should
an
really
even
be
longer
playing it,
game,
though.
though, would it?
Sorry?
Presumably the game would be much longer by playing it like that, surely.
No.
Yeah, because haven't you got to get to a home somewhere?
Well, I think that's officially that is part of the rules, but I've never actually bothered with it. I've always done it as either first to get all 6 segments or set a time limit, and
Is it?
then whoever can
Right.
gets the most in that time limit.
Oh.
Yeah. So so normally you find whenever we get these board games, normally the rules get thrown out the window.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Never use
yeah,
them.
yeah.
In fact, that does remind me. I remember once at school, there was this school assembly, and I forget what teacher it was, but I think it was the first assembly just after Christmas.
Yeah.
And actually, now if I think, yeah, it probably would. There was always this teacher actually who would start every assembly. He'd go, and this is a true story. And of course, you'd say, "No, you're making this shit up, mate." That's all he was used to saying, quiet in assembly. He was going, "No, he's making this up, mate." Not true. But I remember he said once, the first assembly after Christmas, and he goes, we got a ball game for Christmas, and for some reason, they forgot to include the rules. So we didn't have any idea how to play it. And then he's going, so that's really why we need rules. We have to go to play it. I thought, oh, rubbish.
I
You just
think some of
make
these
it up
rules,
if it's not there's no rules, you make it up.
some of the rules on some of these board games are too complicated. And certainly
yeah.
the rules on that programme on recently, Gordon Ramsay's bank balance, what the hell was that about?
Oh,
I
my
hope that
God.
doesn't come back. Thank you for the call tonight, Daniel
Oh, hang
Woodhouse.
on, I was going to go through your agenda.
Well, I haven't done any of it yet.
Oh, I know, but I've just seen one there that takes my fancy.
Well, how long does the call have to be, dear? You've already been on for 9 minutes and 53 seconds. I'm hemorrhaging listeners while this. Chris. Oh, nearly! That was so close. I'm hemorrhaging calls while this phone call is taking place here, dear. We're down to one person.
Are you?
Get on with it then. Come on, get on with it.
Do I find other people's jokes funny? Well, that's a very good question. I'm glad you asked me. There's an art to it, you see. Because with all these phones and all these jokes you're getting off your phone, it's quite easy to do what my mum would do.
What's that? Put you in a box and throw away the key.
Key?
Huh?
Sorry, what do you mean key?
Carry on.
Oh. So the art to actually telling a joke, I'd say, is sincerity. Making a joke sound as if it is really true.
Yes.
Because if you notice comedians, whether it's Ken Dodd or whoever the other lot are, they'll start telling a joke, and I was walking down the street the other day. I saw this bloke down, and that sort of thing. And you think they make it sound like they really were. You think they really were walking down the street.
Yeah.
And then so it happened and all that. And then, of course, the joke comes in and then you go, ha, 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 ha. But so you see, if you start a joke like that, making out something's real, and then by the end you've twisted it into some sort of fantasy, that's how to tell a joke properly. Never read a joke direct from a phone.
Oh, no. No, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. But the amount of... I used to get... Do you remember when we was all on email before Facebook and all that? Everyone used email. Honestly, I used to get pages and pages of jokes, copy and paste. They do it on the Facebook Messenger as well. You've only got to send me one joke on the Messenger. I might let you get away with two. Once you've sent me 2 jokes on MSN Messenger, that's it. You switch to spam and I never see your messages again. Because they're just bored people. They're bored. They sit at home in front of their bleeding keyboards or in offices and they receive a joke from someone. Half the time they don't even read the joke. And then they copy and paste it and send it to all their friends. What is the point of that? Because they've got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Who's your favourite comedian at the moment? I quite like Jimmy Carr.
Oh, yeah, he's all right.
Michael McIntyre. He was on... some people been uploading live clips onto TikTok, and I saw this joke he did the other day, and I howled. So he's standing there in front of this audience of several thousand people, right? He said, the thing is, what you don't realise is that political correctness on the stage is in fact happening. You may not think it is, but there's kind of unwritten rules. For example, if you're black, you can stand here and do racist jokes, yeah? If you're gay, you can stand here and do homophobic jokes, no problem. If you're disabled, in a wheelchair, you can stand and do disabled jokes. Wouldn't you agree with that? And everyone's nodding their heads. Yep, okay then. So, 2 paedophiles walk into a pub. And I howled. You don't get it, do you?
Not quite. I can almost see where it's coming from.
I'll explain it to you again for those of you of limited intelligence.
Yeah, you said...
So he said...
Yeah,
if you're gay, you can do homophobic jokes, disabled jokes. Wouldn't you agree with everyone? And they all said yes. And then he said, okay then. So 2 paedophiles walked into a pub.
Yeah. Well, there are no pedo jokes.
No, it's not a...
Well, they are just a joke anyway.
Just move on, dear. I didn't think you'd get that somehow. Carry on, dear.
Yeah. All right. Wendy's. No, I don't know who she is.
Wendy.
Coffee and blank.
Yes.
You asked for a quiz. Is this we playing Blanky?
We can play Blankety Blank if you want to. Yeah. But you've been on for long enough now. 15 minutes on the phone. Thank you. That's it tonight. Thank you, Daniel.
Oh, all right.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Christ. I think your calls need to be a little bit shorter, darling. 15 minutes? I'm hemorrhaging viewers here, hemorrhaging them, dear. Let's read some of your texts coming in there, my love. Jeff, I've read yours, haven't I? Amelia said she needs cheering up. Good. I'm here to cheer you up as much as I can, Amelia. All right, my darling. I have my granddad in hospital, my brother, so I'm a bit stressed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I hope they get better soon, my darling. All right, Stephen Petty's there. Evening, Stephen. Enjoyed the show this morning. Thank you, Stephen, while I was on the motorway. Isn't it great that you can listen to these internet stations while you're driving around there? You just connect your phone to your Bluetooth or whatever it is. It's fantastic, isn't it? I love it, this technology thing. Because, of course, 20 years ago, if you wanted to do like a radio show, you'd have to be a pirate radio station or do a show on one of it. And it was all illegal. Now, this is all legal. I wish I'd been able to do this when I was like 16 or younger. We've got a couple of very young people on Reach on air. Mark Hobbs and I think Ollie, 13 years old. There he is doing a radio station, doing a radio show. I wish I could have done that when I was 13, but then again, we did different things, didn't we? Out on our bikes, electric train sets and stuff like that. 2 teddy bears. I had 2 teddy... I wish I still had them, my 2 teddy bears. Have you still got teddy bears, have you? Hello to Christina. She's got a COVID jab tomorrow. Well, good on you, Christina. I hope you have mild symptoms or none. I had mild. I had a slightly sore arm for about an hour and a half, that's all. And then the next day I was a bit tired. That's all I had. So hopefully you'll have something like that or nothing. Or nothing, Christina. Good luck with that, my darling. George says, I reckon you should send Danny the phone bill now. Oh, he won't have a phone bill. This is just a normal mobile number there. Normal London. It's a London phone number. That's a London phone number, that is. Just a normal phone number, okay? I'm glad to hear that Fran got the joke there. Well, it wasn't actually a joke, was it? I'm just telling you how he told the joke. You know, and that was the exact TikTok thing. And as Danny said, it's actually all about the delivery telling jokes, I think. You watch great people like Stan Boardman and Roy Chubby Brown. There's another one. Roy Chubby Brown. Do you want a little bit of a risque joke? Well, we can do that on here. He says one of his jokes was it was totally anti-women, but you understand because you're all of an age where you know it's a joke. This is the trouble with so many people now looking for offence. They won't laugh at anything. And the joke that Roy Chubby Brown told was, he said, I can't trust a woman. There's no way I would ever trust a woman. There's no way I would ever trust a woman. This is the Roy Chubby Brown joke. I've known women for years. Don't trust them. How on earth can you trust someone that bleeds for 12 days and doesn't effing die? You get it, don't you? I'm sure you're amused by that, but a lot of people are not. They're offended by it. They don't see the joke. I would happily laugh at all these gay jokes out there. Bum bandit type jokes. I don't care. It makes me laugh. But the hard left don't find anything funny at all. This is why the television's in such a terrible state now. Flashing up warnings in case anyone's offended by, I don't know, hello, or are you being served? Oh, does my head in, it really does. Some more of your text there. Christina says, I always cheer you up. That's the idea, Christina. That's why I do this, to try and cheer people up. All right, Adam the plumber's there. Evening, Adam. Adam says, I still have all my, what's he say there? I still have all my teddies all carefully put in the wardrobe. I get them out every now and then when I feel low. How lovely. I have Big Ted that was handed down to me second-hand in 1972 and sweep! Even though he's brown and not black and grey like the one on the telly. And Michelle is a sausage dog and I love them.
With our children's relationship.
Let's take another phone call. Who's on the line,
not
please?
Not going to happen.
Oh, dear. Hello? Hello?
We belong to the Brahmins, the highest caste in
Hello?
India.
No one on there. Jeff, Stan Boardman, and the German Fokker airplane. Do you remember the Fokker? Fokker? Yes, it is an actual thing. The German Fokker aeroplane joke on the Des O'Connor show. We loved it. We love that. I love that old comedy. It has me falling on the floor. Not like these bleeding woke joke comedian people like Keith Lemon. Leave me totally and utterly cold. But, I think it is a generational thing. My mate often says the reason that this show hasn't got hundreds of people watching is because it's stuck in the past. You need to move it on. Do something like Keith Lemon. But how can you do something like that if, number one, you don't find him funny in the first place, and number two, you just don't want to do that? I don't believe, unless you're being paid to do someone, paid to do someone. I might pay Mark Bowles to do someone. Now, who could that possibly be? I love to do these jokes. And, if people don't find them funny or whatever, they go. We used to just go. If you didn't like something on the telly, you just turn it over. You wouldn't start going on Twitter. Oh, I think this is terrible. It's like the joke I told the other day on someone's Facebook page. You remember I told you last week? Oh, you would have thought it was the end of the world. It was like a nuclear explosion against me. Bloke... picture of Reading, someone put up, what are my BBC friends? One of the BBC Berkshire she's on, my friend Michelle, her name is. Lovely girl. I've got to be honest, I don't know anyone that listens to BBC Radio Berkshire, not a single person, but she must have listeners, for her show and all the others on there, I presume. Anyway, and I told you this last week, someone's put a mural of a man coming down a rope on the wall at Reading Prison. We think it's a Banksy. Anyway, so I put, what do we think of this? And I put the comment I put was, you be careful coming down there, my love. I don't want you hurting yourself. Fine. But then I put, if it was Gemma Collins, the wall would have fallen down. Oh, my God. Well, they didn't like that, did they? Ow, why have you brought Gemma into this? Oh, what a horrible thing to say. Oh, you're on the radio. You should be ashamed of yourself. And it went on and on. In the end, something I very rarely do, I took the comment down. I took the comment down because it just wasn't worth the trouble. Wasn't worth it. They didn't see the joke. And in my opinion, that's because they're not intelligent enough to understand humour, a lot of these people. Let's
Hello.
go to a phone call here. Hello, who's on the line, please?
Hi, yes, this is the nurse. I'm just calling to see why you didn't come for your appointment this morning to take the test. Did you have any issues or did you just completely forget?
And what test is that, my darling? Can you hear me?
Look, it's important to be responsible here. You've got to understand the medical staff are in short supply and there's a long waiting list. So if
which
you don't
medical
come to your
staff are
appointment, you've got to
they?
go to the next person, all right?
Which medical staff are they? Which hospital is this?
Right, okay, well, I'll take a note for your...
Oh, dear. It's another one of those recorded things, isn't it? Let's take a note of that number and we won't answer that one again because that's all it is. Where are we now? Stan Boardman, yes, and the German Fokker aeroplane joke on Des O'Connor. I remember that. He was very funny, wasn't he, Stan Boardman? Very, very funny. Clarissa. Hello to Clarissa. My two boys, Dylan and James, were the youngest radio presenters in Britain when I was on Tameside Radio. How old were they then? Were they like single digits? I think it's great. I think it's great to see a young person on doing something they love and having the opportunity to do something like that. I really do think it's fantastic. And when some of these youngsters, like, for example, paintings and stuff like that. When you like see, there's a primary school not far from here, and the underpass, I think it's been painted over now. There was a painting in there, and all the children from this school, some of the children from this school, had done various artworks on this underpass, and they'd glossed it over with like I don't know, some sort of lacquer or something like that, and it looked fantastic. What amazes me, and you see them on the internet, young artists, single-digit ages, 7, 8, 9 years old, and you see these beautiful pictures and things that they've created, and then you see these things at the Tate Modern Gallery. Are you for real? A bed that's not made. That is a piece of art, apparently. No, it's not. It's crap. Crap. 7-year-old little girls and boys are painting better pictures than what you've just displayed on there and paid someone £30,000. God's sake, man. How old were they when they were on Same Side Radio? Let us know. Mike in Brighton, why does a bride always wear white at her wedding? So that she can match the rest of the kitchen appliances. That's from Mike in Brighton. You see, the women's lib bit would go mad on something like that, wouldn't they? The lefties. Hello to Roy. Good evening, Roy.
Good evening, Chris.
Hello, Roy. How are you? Are you getting ready for the Harry Grayson's Generation game?
Oh, is that on tonight?
Yes, 9 o'clock, dear.
What channel?
ITV. Harry Grayson.
Oh, that means you've only got 10 minutes left of airtime.
Well, I was going to stop at 9 so that we can all go and watch it. I think a lot of people are going to go and watch that today. I just get that
channel?
feeling.
What channel?
Hey?
Sorry, what channel again? What channel again, please?
ITV Hub. ITV at 9 o'clock. The Harry Grayson Generation. You've only just joined us, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Oh, right. Harry and Meghan on ITV at 9 o'clock.
Oh, no, I'm not watching that rubbish.
Are you not? Is that why you're here?
I can't be doing with them.
No.
They're not bothered about me. I'm not bothered about
Martin,
them.
I don't care about you. I happen to know that. Harry rang me this morning.
Yeah.
He got permission.
Would you like my theory? I think he knows more than he dare say.
You think he knows more than what?
He dare say.
More about what?
His mum's death, his real father, the royal family.
Right.
You know? So I think he knows more. I think that's why he's broke away. He's just had enough. He knows too much. He thinks, I just don't want all this. I broke away.
Well, I know one thing for sure. Because some of the papers are reporting, and it was on the news and that, Prince Harry said his father stopped taking his calls after he and his wife left the UK for Canada. And do you know why he stopped doing that?
No.
The little sod kept trying to reverse the phone calls.
Well,
it's not fair, is it? Why should Charles pay for the phone calls? Because they've got no money now. Apparently no money. Oh, please do me a favour. He kept trying to reverse the phone calls from Canada. That's why Charles... I mean, this won't be said tonight, I'm sure. That's why Charles wouldn't take the phone calls. It's not fair. Why should his granddad, would you ring, if your granddad was still alive, he may or may not be, probably not, but if he was still alive, would you reverse the charges to your granddad if you rang him, or your nan? I'm sure you wouldn't.
no, I'd use Skype free.
Skype for free. Very good.
Yes, see? I've just got in bed, Christopher.
Pardon?
I've just got in bed with what do you call them, Chris? It's like a long roll, but with a hard crust, if you know what I mean.
What, something you're laying on?
No, is that like a baguette? Is it a half baguette?
Oh, you're something to eat, is it?
Yeah, I've got a banana in it.
Oh, I think it's called I just call them rolls.
Yeah, it's like a half baguette.
Yeah. It's like, these Subways. No, it's just a roll. Someone's come up with the word Subway at some point, so, yeah.
Just a funny thing you should mention there, Chris. I'm going to ask you a question because I didn't know this. Yeah. They are the biggest takeaway food chain in the world.
Subway, is that right?
Bigger than McDonald's.
Oh, I didn't know that. I quite like a Subway, vegetarian Subway. And you know what? If you have the foot-long one, you're not hungry afterwards, are you?
I don't like their meat. It always looks like paper thin, like the offcuts, sweepings up to me.
What, Subway?
Yeah, the meat and all the stuff.
Oh, I don't know about that. I just have cheese and them vegetable things, whatever they are. I don't know what they're called now. I've got something nice now. I've got cheese bakes tonight. Well, I don't know if I should have a cheese bake. That might give me a bit of acid.
I can't eat cheese.
No, I better not actually. I should have that in the afternoon. Cheese pasty things from Aldi. Well, actually, they're non-cheese. It said they're non-cheese melts. Oh, I might try one with some baked beans for dinner tonight after the show.
Non-cheese melt?
Yeah, I believe that's what they are. They're not cheese, but they like cheese somehow.
So I'm allergic to cheese, Chris. I can't eat it.
Oh, really? And what have you got?
No, it's not a lactose thing. it comes out both ends if I eat cheese.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Yeah, you don't want that then.
The next girlfriend, reason she's an ex, obviously, she once didn't believe me, so she made me a chicken burger and put a little bit of cheese on it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
There's a
maybe.
girl I know who's going to become an ex soon. Her name's Tina. She goes out with Mark Bowles. She's about to become an ex.
Oh, right. Yeah. Best day of her life.
Nice to talk to you, Roy.
See you, mate.
Bye-bye.
Nice for you talking to me.
Cheerio now. We are Roy and Darby. Let's take another call. Finishing 4-2. Hello, who's on the line, please? Nope, no one there. Okay. Let's just block a couple of these numbers that keep ringing up and mucking us about. What did I say that was? 4-2, that one. I can't do it now. Hang on, where's the other one gone? Oh, I'll block them later. What was that one? What did I say it was? 4-2. Was that one finishing 4-2? Taking note of those numbers. If you just ring up and put the phone down, you do get blocked, so you won't be able to ring after that. Or was it 0-2? No, hang on a minute. I got this wrong here. Is it that one there? There's Roy, there's Daniel. There we are. 4-2. Let's block that one. There we are. Oh, no, I've rung it back accidentally. Oh, I think I'll have to do it later. There it is. Block. That's that one gone. And 5-1. Someone finishing 5-1. Hello, who's on the line, please?
Hello?
Hello. No, 5-1. We'll block that one as well. Oh, we're getting the fun tonight, aren't we? So 5-1. How do I do this? 5-1. Come on. Give it there. 5-1. 1-3. Let's try 1-3. Hello, who's on the line, please?
Hello?
Gosh, he's got a lot of numbers, hasn't he? That's a lot of work for me to block later on. Hang on. Let's just do that there. Hang on a minute. I'll block those later. There we are. 4-3, 4-2, 5-1 and 1-3. Right. Okay. Where were we now? Oh, do you know it's nearly 9 o'clock. What should we do? Shall we stop here or what? Shall we stop here? Clarissa says Dylan, her little boy, was 7 years old and James was 5 when they used to be on the radio. Isn't that fantastic? To be able to do something at that young age that they love doing. I think it's amazing. Hello to Paul in Cornwall. Hello, Paul. He had his injection yesterday with no side effects. Pleased to hear that, Paul. Yeah, I didn't really have much going on either, to be honest. Seriously, just a little bit of tiredness, and that was it. Well, we haven't managed to get through much of this, have we, really? But I know that there's a lot of you that want to watch the Harry and Meghan thing, including me. So I'm going to go down and watch that now, boys and girls. Thanks ever much for joining us on the show tonight. Thank you, those of you that called in. Lovely phone calls. With 3 phone calls, that's all right. And thanks ever so much to, once again, Leslie Ross and Weird City for sending in a tip tonight. That's very kind of you two. Much, much, much appreciated. I'll see you again for another chat show on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. We'll be back to our probably 2 hours on Wednesday night, okay? Wednesday night, 8 o'clock is our next chat show. Tomorrow morning, I'll be on the radio. Reach on Air at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Reachonair.com. And don't forget you can listen on a smart speaker as well. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for watching and listening. Good night now.